How's everybody doing? Our first day back at work from the holiday weekend. Yuck. Nobody likes that. Nobody but nobody likes to go back to work after even a regular weekend, much less a holiday weekend. So guys, what we have tonight, 3 different breaks. First break is a full-sized autographed football helmet. That's obviously a pretty quick break, just one item coming out of the box. Then we have a full case of 2017 Topps Inception Baseball. And even though that sounds like a lot, it's a relatively quick break. There's not a whole lot of cards in each one of those boxes. And then we will wrap up with a half case of 2017 Classics Football. So that's the order we're going in tonight. The full-size autographed football helmet, followed by the case of Inception Baseball, followed by the half case of Classic Football. So that is where we are. Let's take a look at the spreadsheet for the first break, which is, of course, our full-size helmet. And, of course, you'll see it is quantity of one box we're opening, full-size autographed helmet. This is the why can't I say that word? Sixth time that we have opened 2017 Hit Parade full-size autographed helmet. This particular helmet is Series 3. End date, that's tonight. Live stream schedule, that's right now. And, of course, then we have our team names down the left and our winning bidders next to the team down the right-hand side. So we'll scroll down through that for a second so everybody gets a chance to see their name and match it up with their teams. And, of course, we'll put up a new spreadsheet before each of the breaks. So there'll be a spreadsheet for Inception and one for Classics Football as well. And this is kind of going to be loud. This is, I don't know, they used some kind of jacked up boxes and plastic wrap on these. And it makes it hard to maneuver. All right, now. It does come in a nice little Hit Parade carrying bag. So there is that, and it just kind of says, you know, well, you can't really see. It says Hit Parade on it. I'll pick up the camera and move it around the helmet when we get to it. Oh, looks like we've got something coming out for the Bears. Yeah, we definitely have the Bears. Is there a little ticket in here so we can tell who this is? Ah, maybe there it is. Okay. They put these in the, oh wow, that's interesting. Okay. So the ticket, when you tried it, is stuck to the pad here, as you see. When I reached for the ticket, it is actually the authentication. Well, it's stuck to the ear pad, and I don't know what to kind of do there. It's just got an adhesive on it. I guess we'll just go ahead and try to separate the authentication and then put the ear pad back. These are, of course, replica helmets, so sometimes you do have little weird stuff, but that was unusual. Haven't ever seen that happen before. So there is our signature, and it is for the Bears, and I don't know who has signed it. I'm going to pick the camera up and swing it up here so that you can see the signature a little better. And can somebody tell me who that is? I can't really read that signature too awfully well, and this authentication doesn't have a name on it. So, at any rate, the helmet is for the Bears. Which bear it is, I'm not sure. Number 83, and it looks like the name starts with an M, and that's about as far as I can get you with it. There it is again, if anybody wants to wager a guess, hazard a guess. Well, at least we know it goes to the Bears, and that's as far as we got. Give me 1 second to get it put back in its carrying case here. And then we will roll right on into Inception Baseball. Put that case up here. And scroll down to our next break, and it is 16 boxes, which makes up a full case of 2017 Topps Inception Baseball. This is again the 6th time. This is kind of the night for sixes that we have opened this product. We do have 2 teams in here that are unpaid, and that is at the time the spreadsheet was finalized. I held it tonight until about 5 minutes till, and at that point, neither the Blue Jays nor the Braves had been paid. Hopefully the payment has come in since then, but I don't access email or eBay or any of that while we're doing the live breaks because, you know, we're busy working on breaking cards. So we will check that again a little bit later. But that is why it is marked unpaid on the spreadsheet. I just knocked something else over back there. So we just have this and one more case of Inception. I did not find, I really thought I had 10 cases, and I have scoured and I can't locate anymore. So I guess I only had 7, and in my head I thought I had 10. So we've got this one and the other one that's listed, and then there will be no more Inception because it's sold out everywhere. But the good news is we have coming in on Wednesday, what is it, Archives? Yeah, I think it's Archives that's coming in on Wednesday. That's tomorrow, isn't it? Oh, holidays got me all messed up. Yeah, so coming in tomorrow is Archives. Oh, you're, I just now saw the chat, guys. For some reason that didn't pop up until now, that there should be a sticker on the inside of the bag for that helmet. Just let me pick that back up for a second. And there is no sticker on this bag that has any kind of player name or info. Not on it, not in it. Oh, here it is on the edge, on the lining. Oh, good grief. I would have never seen that. That's in such a weird place. Okay, Martellus Bennett was the signature then on the Bears. I can't believe as many times as I've opened this, I never saw that little sticker in the, it's like in the seam of the bag. That is crazy. Thank you, Brian and Robs. And I'm sorry I did not see that a second ago, but either way, now we've clarified it. Thank you. Yeah, so starting tomorrow night, Wednesday night, we'll have some Archives to break. I don't have as much of it as I do everything else because, as I did of Inception anyway, because I like Inception, so I had ordered a lot of it for that reason. And also it's easy to break. Just 1 pack per box, not a ton of cards, and Archives and a lot of these others, you know, they've got a lot of base in them, and while I don't mind breaking them, it does take a lot longer to do a break of one of those, and you have to usually split them in half cases, or we'd be, you know, be sitting there breaking it all night long. But I am so happy to know that each of those bags should have a sticker in them. I can't believe I never saw that sticker in all this amount of time. So who's everybody hoping for tonight in Inception? I mean, we figure the Yankees are just all about Aaron Judge, but and I'm sure the Angels are all about Mike Trout. But some of the other teams, you're probably looking for some variety, I'm guessing. I just like to take them all out at once, because then once we get started on the actual break, you know, the breaking of the individual packs, it goes so much faster than if we have to stop and do it a box at a time. So I just front load it and do all the part that's not as much fun at the beginning. So once we start oohing and ahhing, we can just keep on rolling. I've pulled some really nice things out of Inception this year. Not all just rookie, of course. We have pulled a couple of really nice Mike Trouts out of that very first case. And some other nice veteran hits, too. So, well, I mean, they are veteran, but they're still our younger, newer generation of players. But I'm glad that they put them in Inception so that it adds a little extra flavor to it, so to speak. So we should find in here 4 patch cards. We'll have a case hit that is silver signings, and then the rest of our signatures will be on this kind of card design. The green parallels are not numbered. The other colors are. Syndergaard to 150. And we have a patch hit first up, Tim Anderson for the White Sox. And that is number 43 of 50. And we pulled another Tim Anderson that looked almost identical to this out of a case, I don't know, a night or two ago. Very recently, anyway. And the patch even looked almost exactly like that with a little bit of red. And it's pretty close to identical. Obviously, we know it's not, but whoops, I got an extra card hiding in there. And the Yu Darvish is to 99. The Jackie Bradley to 150. And there is our silver Inception signing, Trevor Story for the Rockies to 99. So that's our case hit coming out right almost off the bat there with the Trevor Story. I think I've got my camera at a different angle than normal tonight. Sorry, that's why I keep having to move the cards around where I normally hold them. It's cutting them off on the camera view, so I've somehow got my camera in a slightly different spot. To 150 on the Dozier. And Robert Gelman, I think he said Gelman, I guess that's how you pronounce it, Mets to 299. And there is Fulmer to 150. And our signature is Dan Vogelbach for the Mariners. And that's to 249. Somebody was looking for a Vogelbach the other day. I can't remember who it was, but I do remember getting a message specifically that they're like, oh, I hope I pull a Vogelbach. So hopefully whoever that was has the Mariners again tonight. Because there is the Vogelbach. Springer to 99. And Jose De Leon for the Dodgers to 75. Oh, I see a redemption. Well, that box just fell over. Well, there is a redemption hiding in the back there. I do know that Aaron Judge's have been coming out as redemption, so we could get lucky. Will Myers to 75 for the Padres. Goldschmidt. Oh, it's Sano again. We pulled a Sano redemption recently as well. I think out of the same case that we had the Anderson patch card. It's a little bit of deja vu so far, other than, of course, our silver signing was different. And our other hits. So I guess really not all that similar. Kyle Seager to 25. And Gurriel for the Astros. Oh, nice patch. Really nice. Numbered to 75. And that is a sticker auto. The patch cards all have sticker autos in Inception. I really like the patch quite a lot. Nice hit. Nice hit. Buster Posey to 75, who decided not to get involved in the brawl the other day. There's Dansby. How about that? It would be on the break where the Braves didn't pay, right? Dansby to 199, and that's the first Swanson that I have pulled out of any of the cases that I've opened. So, all right. Glad to see Dansby come out of there. I would say that probably means that team will be paid for sure now. Talion to 99 for the Pirates. And then Hunter Renfroe to 199 for the Padres. I don't really remember seeing a Mazzara come out of here before either. I mean, I'm sure we have. This is just a base card, but I just don't remember seeing it before. So I don't know if it's maybe a short print. Cano to 50. And Fulmer autograph to 199 for the White Sox. Rodon to 150. And Joe Musgrove coming out for the Astros. And that is to 199. Patch and auto, of course. I don't know why I have two different stacks going there. I kind of meant to have autographs in one and patch in the other, but I've commingled them over there. Guess it makes that much difference. We'll recap them all anyway, so. Yasmani Tomas to 50. Don't see a lot of him coming out either. Hey, there's another Mike Trout, speak of the devil. This one to 10. So Angels are happy along about now with a Mike Trout to 10. And the Braves are happy with their Dansby Swanson. A couple of very solid hits. And then, of course, we had the Gurriel. This has actually been a pretty good case up to this point. There is Trout to 99. And there's Alex Reyes to 25. Actually, I'm very pleased with this case so far. Hopefully you guys are too. I think it's been quite good. And anybody that just jumped in, Classics Football is immediately following this break. We'll do this, finish this break and do the recap, and then we'll be starting in Classics Football. Another Reyes. Cardinals are killing it right now. And this one to 199. Blake Snell to 75. And Lucas, I never say this right, Galito, I think, something close to Golito. I don't think that's quite right. To 50 for the White Sox. That's a couple hits for the White Sox too, I believe. It's a couple for the Sox, couple for the Cardinals. And then a big one for the Braves and a big one for the Angels. Chris Bryant to 150. And Jake Thompson to 99 for the Phillies. So we will go ahead and recap our hits. Got the Sano redemption for a patch card, of course. The Reyes patch and signature to 199 for the Cardinals. The Reyes signature to 25 for the Cardinals. The Mike Trout to 10. You know, if you guys want the people that have the high value cards in here, if you want a one-touch for any of that, let me know. I have some here. It would just be at my cost and whatever PayPal charges to receive the money. So if you want one, just send me a message and let me know. There's Dansby for the Braves to 199. Jose De Leon for the Dodgers to 75. Vogelbach to 249 for the Mariners. Robert Gelman to 299 for the Mets. Trevor Story for our Silver Signings case hit to 99 for the Rockies. That actually looks like it's in pretty good shape too. Some of the well, as you guys know, a lot of the thicker cards have some chipping and minor edge wear and things right out of the pack, especially noticeable on the silver signings. But that Trevor Story looks to be in pretty good shape. Just a few little odds and ends. Jake Thompson /99 for the Phillies. Lucas Golito /50 for the White Sox. Joe Musgrove /199 for the Astros. Patch and signature, of course. Carson Fulmer /199 for the White Sox. Hunter Renfroe /199 for the Padres. And the really nice patch on the Gurriel /75 for the Astros. I really like that patch quite a bit. And finally, again for the White Sox, Tim Anderson /50. And that wraps up 17 Inception Baseball case break. And guys, look for this stuff to go out probably on Saturday. I mean, there is a possibility that some of it could get out on Friday, and there's also the possibility that some of it might not make it until Monday. But the bulk of it, I'm expecting to go out on Saturday. That's the game plan. Slowly but surely working through the backlog of everything where the post office was closed yesterday. Got a lot out today, probably close to 75 packages out today, and probably close to that many more going tomorrow. Now let's take a look at our spreadsheet. Let me bring up the right spreadsheet, and this is for our half case of Classics Football. And this is break number 4. And of course 5 boxes make up the half case, which you see up there. And same format as before with our team names on the left and our winning bidders on the right hand side. And one unpaid team in there, and that is the Dolphins. And again, I know payment may have come in the interim. Spreadsheet's always finalized. I'd like to finalize it 15 minutes before the break, but if there's a lot of unpaid stuff, I will sometimes hold it, till 7 or 8 minutes, even 5 minutes before the break to try to give people a chance to get their payments in. Of course, Classics Football also has a case hit, and it's a buyback card with an on-card auto, or I think they're all on-card autos on the buyback. We did not hit it in the first half of that case, so it should be waiting for us somewhere in this back half. And the first half of the break, the way we decided which boxes to open is I numbered all 10 boxes on the end, and then put 1 through 10 in random.org and let random pick out which of our 5 boxes we opened last night versus the 5 that we're opening tonight. Which, when there's no guaranteed case hit, I don't worry about it too much. I just let you guys choose right or left or whatever. But when there is a case hit, I just usually put it into random if we're cutting a case in half. Of course, there is a lot of base in here, as well as some numbered cards that have various things going on with them. This is numbered to 299 on the Bettis. It has a red back. Any of the cards that are numbered to 299 will have a red back. And then there are some other short print cards here and there. And then there are cards with a gold border, and those are considered short prints in this set. Here is one of them, Speak of the Devil, and there is Dak Prescott, Next Level. The back side of that, of course, shows the college. You guys are so quiet tonight. Everybody's still recovering from work today after the holiday, huh? There is Tease Tabor to 299. I forgot to, I always mean to say this before we start and then I forget. There's going to be a bunch of cards in here that have 2 different teams on them. And here's how that works. We're going to set them in a separate stack over here. And then we're going to let random choose either right side of the card or left side of the card. And that's how they will be determined, because there's too many to do individually. One caveat, if we have multiples of the same card, so if I had 5 of this exact same card, base card, all identical, let's say random had chosen the right side, the first one would go to the right side, the duplicate would go to the left side, and then cards number 3, 4, and 5 would go to the right side that random had indicated was going to get the card. If there's only one, obviously it would go to the whichever side, you know, random has assigned it to, which in that example would be the right-hand side. Oh, hi, Zach. Yeah, the full-size helmet was first up. We've done that, and we've actually already done a case of Inception Baseball, too. It's pretty quick breaking tonight. The helmet was for the Bears, Chicago Bears. Well, come on now. Let's get this turned around. TJ Yeldon is our first signature out, and it's numbered to 5. So there is 5 of 5 for the Jags with the TJ Yeldon. That is, I think that's the lowest signature we've seen in here. We had a 5 of 5 O.J. Howard, but that was a full name card, then it wasn't signed, whereas that 5 of 5 is signed. So Jags with a nice TJ Yeldon. Of course, I know we would have rather it been Leonard Fournette. I get that. But TJ Yeldon may still come around. I mean, he's not, you know, bad. He's just maybe not quite he hasn't maybe quite met expectations to this point, is what I'm trying to say. But you know what? He can come back this year and blow him out of the water. And then you'll have a 5 of 5 signature for him. And one thing I have noticed is that all of our big, what I would call our primary rookies, our big hit rookies, seem to be falling only like 1 per case, like Trubisky and Fournette. And I'm talking about their base cards even. They seem to be short printed. There's John Elway to 10 in the Timeless Tributes. And I thought maybe after the first case, I thought, maybe it's a little bit of an anomaly, but last night was the same thing. Unless suddenly we start finding, you know, hundreds of them tonight, I believe that they are short printed. Ryan Sweetser to 299 with the red back. Headed off to the Cowboys. You know, the other thing to me that's fun about these cards is that they really do have the look and feel of classic cards. I mean, hence the name of the series, but that's part of what makes them cool, in my opinion. Jim Kelly, player worn material, numbered to 299. And of course, that is the Canton Collections insert. And there's your little piece of material for the Bills. Our first case hit, the case hit from the first case that we opened, I will get it spit out here in a minute, was Warren Sapp, I think. It's Reuben Foster. And so I looked at the checklist of all the potential things we could pull from case hits the other day. And I was surprised. There's a pretty diverse group of people, but most of them don't have very many cards in there. There's James Conner in the gold parallel. He's going to be a Steeler, of course. This is, of course, Redskins on both sides, so that doesn't have to go to random. There's O.J. Howard. probably by the time I get done sorting all the classics, I'm hoping I'll have at least half of our rookies associated with their teams without having to think about it. But it's hard, you know. It's hard to learn a whole new class of rookies. To $2.99 on the Demaryius Thomas. Takes longer than you might think. Especially, you know, when the early cards, they're still in their college uniforms. But of course, I guess it depends on how somebody remembers. I tend to be very visual with my memory, so for me, it's easier once I start seeing them in their proper NFL uniforms. It's easier for me to retain their teams than it is in the beginning when I'm still seeing them in their college uniforms. And we have got another signature hit, and this is Chad Hansen, numbered to 199 on the Chad Hansen. And I will checklist verify that, of course, and announce what team that goes to at the end of the break. I'm just waiting because we'll probably have some more rookie signatures pulled out of here as well. Aaron Donald to 299. I did print that list out so that I didn't have to keep flipping back and forth. Terry Bradshaw, this is going to be fun for the Steelers. Player worn material again, and to $2.99 again. Canton Collections with the nice Terry Bradshaw materials hit. So you kind of wonder though, right, when they say, I didn't mean to stack those there, when they say player worn versus game worn, and it's obviously somebody who's been retired for a long time. So what do you figure? Do they send them a uniform, and then like they just walk around the supermarket in it, or walk around the block in it, or what does it mean exactly on long retired players like Terry Bradshaw when it says player worn versus game worn? I know, I think about weird things. Stacey Coley to 25 on the Timeless Tributes. I think you can see the number at that angle. Nice little hit. And I'm fairly certain this is a short print on the Aaron Rodgers. There's a few of these veteran players that are in the kind of sepia color, and then I believe there's another variation that's full color. I'm fairly certain the ones that are the sepia colored are short prints. Amari Cooper to 50, and that's what they consider to be the blank back. Of course, it's obviously not completely blank, but that's what they call it on the checklist, blank back. Career colors in the gold parallel. Oops, that's a gold parallel. I meant to stack it over here. Next level, Jadeveon Clowney. Oh, you know what? We did pull that nice Jadeveon Clowney signature out of here last night, but I don't think it was to 5. I think it was to 25. I still think the TJ Yeldon to 5 is maybe the lowest one we've pulled with a signature. We pulled the O.J. Howard to 5, but that was just a card with his full name on it. It wasn't a signed version. And that is to $2.99 with the red back. Or it will have the red back. We didn't flip it over, but it will have it. If the Chiefs want to see the back of it, I will flip it over. You just let me know. Jump in there and chat and tell me. But basically, all of them to $2.99 will have the red back. Trying to think what our next new. There's another football product coming fairly soon. Prestige, maybe it is. So I think Prestige is coming before. Well, maybe not. I'm not sure if Prestige comes first or if Elite comes first. But we'll have both of those when they come out. And then, of course, there's going to be gold standard football for the first time since, I think, 2011 was the last time they had gold standard. And that comes out in July. And then if you all follow baseball, any of you, or break any baseball, you know Panini had Pantheon baseball last year. Now they're going to have Pantheon football to $2.99 on the Jeremy McNichols. And some of that Pantheon baseball, anyway, had some just massive hits in it. Just, yeah, some really nice stuff. So I'll be interested to see what Pantheon football looks like. I would assume that they will treat it similarly and that the hits will be pretty good hits. But really, I'm amazed at how many of the football products are coming out in the next couple of months before the season even gets started. Drew Brees, again, I believe that one will be a short print. Taco Charlton. And there's the regular Drew Brees for comparison. It's actually even a different image on the card. Next level, Des Bryant. TJ Watt, he will be a Steeler. Oh, one of my little cats just made their first trip through the wrappers. You probably heard that. Be interested to see. Sometimes they just dive in there and kind of roll around, so you may hear a bunch more crinkling in a minute. I think they just like the noise of it. There's Zeke. Christian McCaffrey, numbered to 25, so that's solid on the McCaffrey. Possibly, that may even be the first, I think that's the first McCaffrey I have seen numbered that low as well. Zay Jones, numbered to 199. And, of course, all these are sticker autos in Classics, except, our case hit won't be, but all of our others are sticker autos so far. All that I've seen, anyway. Here's Mr. Fournette. Is Flacco numbered? No. There for a second I thought it was. Eyes were playing tricks on me. Luke Ketchley to $2.99, so the red back. Tease Tabor again. Pretty sure Tease is a Lion, unless I've just forgotten. But I think he's a Lion. I always hesitate to say this early in the season unless I know for sure, like I know my Steelers, right? Because they're my team. So I know my Steelers rookies are my Steelers rookies. But all the others, it's like I think in my head it's XYZ, but I don't usually say it out loud because, you know, I could still be getting them wrong this early in the break, and I mean this early in the year with the rookies, and you don't want to say the wrong thing and then have somebody like see only that part of the break and then tune out, and then they don't get the cards and freak out or something. So I kind of tend to not say and just checklist verify it. That is to $2.99 on the John Ross. There's Deshaun Watson. Another one you don't see show up in here very much, even in base cards, or at least I have not seen him show up much, even in the base cards. Shock Linwood, on the other hand, I see a bunch. As far as I know, Shock isn't signed with anybody. I don't think he's had any luck thus far getting signed. Carl Eller to $299 for the Vikings. Matt Forte, Flashback Fabrics, and that again says player worn, and it is to $399 on the Flashback Fabrics for the Bears. That is one thing they're doing differently this year in Classics that I do like. They added the materials hit. If you remember last year, we got the signature hit, but we didn't get a materials hit. And this year, we do. Plus, of course, our case hit. Oh, there comes a 1 of 1, kids. I know it's not signed. And sometimes people, if something isn't signed, they don't think it's, they don't get excited by it. But I'm going to tell you what, anything that's a 1 of 1 makes me pretty happy. And right now, we are looking at a nice 1 of 1 John Riggins for the Redskins. So how about that? Pulling a 1 of 1 out of Classics. I like it. And again, if anybody, you know, I know that that's, again, not signed or whatever, but if the Redskins team owner would like that, or any of the rest of you, anytime anybody wants anything in a one-touch, I'm happy to accommodate. Just let me know, and it will just be at my cost plus whatever PayPal charges me to receive the payment. I picked up a bunch of different sizes at the card shop recently, so I've got a lot of sizes on hand. I bet you guys didn't even know there were 1 of 1s in Classics, did you? I know sometimes it doesn't seem like maybe it's as popular as some of the other brands, but I don't really know why, because I do like it. To $2.99 on the Charlie Joyner. And there's a Tom Brady, and again, fairly certain that's a short print, which is going to be a nice little hit for the Patriots. And since everything Tom Brady is almost like money in the bank these days, the short print on that is probably worth the price of admission. But really, honestly, if Classics, if people liked Classics more, I would open just untold number of cases of Classics, because I love it. I really do. Redemption, we're going to set that one down for a minute. We'll leave a little anticipation there. The redemption we had the other day was for Tackrist McKinley. And of course, we know why that would be a redemption. Because all of his early autographs got recalled since little brother signed them. Jerry Rice for the Niners. And again, that says player worn. And it is numbered 250 on that Canton collection. So that's a lower number parallel than our other fabric hits have been. I know you're dying to know who's on the redemption. I know. I'm being mean, right? I'm like making you wait. Anticipation. We're hoping, you know, it turns into a monster hit while we're opening the rest of these. We're just giving the universe time to work its magic and turn it into a monster hit for us before we flip it over and it becomes known to the world. Patrick Mahomes 250. Again, there's your blank back. And there went Mean Joe Green. Dak. Oh, now why did I set that over there? Hey, I stacked him in the wrong place. Got a big stack of dual team cards over there at this point. No triples yet, though. Generally find one or two triples as well hanging around. Le'Veon. Oops, I keep wanting to go the opposite side there for some reason. I wish we'd pull a one of one rookie hit out of here. That would be pretty sweet too. Brandon Marshall to 299, the red back. But I guess I'm just getting greedy now. We already have one of one, and now I'm trying to hope we find another one. Getting greedy, I guess. There's a triple one. O.J. Howard. As long as we only have a handful of the triples, we'll do those in the traditional way via random. Clinton Portis, and that's our buyback. Okay, so this is our case hit that is the redemption. So our case hit did not make it live in there. So we'll go to the checklist, and I don't think it'll tell me which buyback card it is. I don't think it will specify, but we'll go double check it anyway at the end of the break. I think they're mostly, the buybacks are from the last like 20 years roughly. So I'm guessing it will be a card from that time frame. Of course, it's not like, you know, Clinton Portis has been playing for 50 years or anything, but I guess that would kind of dictate that it's going to be more recent anyway. Yes, I do know Clinton Portis is Redskins. What I was saying is I'm going to check on the checklist to see if it says, you know, like it's whatever, 2015 preferred, or, you know, which card it is that is, because it's a buyback. I just don't know if it's going to say what series it is or what year it's from or anything like that on the checklist. So that's what I want to check out. Ed Reed to 299. And that one does have a little bit of edge and corner wear on it. Maybe more noticeable just because of the darker colors around the edges than on the Canton Classics, which have the lighter color around the edges. There's Trubisky. But of course, you know, you guys are familiar. A lot of times the thicker cards in particular have those kind of corner and edge wear issues right out of the pack, unfortunately. Huh, Dick LeBeau. How about that? I don't think I've ever seen Dick LeBeau in there before. I wonder if that's a short print. We're going to set it aside. I don't know if it is or not, but I don't remember seeing Dick LeBeau before. Oh, no. I know what you mean, Jeremy. I was just, for real. Yes, absolutely. I was just saying I wonder if that's, I don't know if that's on the checklist. I don't remember. I just looked kind of at the names and the number that each person had, and I didn't really pay attention to whether or not it says what card, what year the buyback is from, or what series the buyback is from. Of course, I didn't know there would be redemptions for the buybacks, or I would have probably tried to retain that a little more. I just thought that they would all be live in the product. Drew Pearson to 99 for the Cowboys. There's a nice Bob Lilly in another break with this recently, as well as 2 Bob Lilly mini helmets on Sunday. It's like crazy. But no, I always appreciate, Jeremy, anytime you guys want to throw team names and stuff in there, because also there are people watching. There's Joe Namath to 299, who, along with you, who probably appreciate having the information in chat as well. Oh, there are 4 different ones for Portis. Does it say, does it say on the checklist, like, what year or what series any of them are from? Or does it just say, like, Clinton Portis and then whatever, like that there's 4 different ones? Because I want to know, well, I guess if it tells us that, it would also maybe tell us what it's going to be sequentially numbered to. So, yeah, we'll go in there and look it up in a minute. Donta Foreman to 299. I just always like to know that kind of thing if I'm waiting on a card. Well, 47 is the one that's on this redemption. It is card 47 on the Clinton Portis. What is that one numbered to? Does it say that? There's Robert Kelly. Again, 99% sure that's going to be a short print. Just 47 is the shortest print. Okay. Well, so at least we know you got the best of the Clinton Portis out of the buybacks. Oh, that's not numbered on the Ray Lewis. I don't know why I thought it was. Still good information to know. Oh, it's out of 8. Okay, great. Excellent. Thank you for looking that up, Jeremy. It saves me from having to do it at the end of the break, and then everybody gets their info sooner. So good to know our Clinton Portis will be to 8. I'd say overall this has been, I mean, between the 1 of 1 and the short print being numbered to 8 and the short print Tom Brady and the Yeldon to 5, I mean, I'd say we've had a pretty good case out of this thus far. Of course, I would like to have seen one of our, high-end rookie signatures. Of course, we all want to see that, right? What we're all looking for is the Leonard Fournettes and the Christian McCaffreys. Randall Cobb. Here's hoping he gets back to up to speed in the upcoming year. I'm very fond of Randall. He used to go to UK. Taco Charlton to 199. And that is the whole ball of wax. So let's go ahead and bring our hits up here so that we can recap them. Pretty sure that Taco is a Cowboy, but I'm going to check it because, as I said, I do still have a tendency to call them wrong this early in the season sometimes. So yes, Taco Charlton is in fact a Cowboy. So he is headed off to Dallas. And then Zay Jones, I don't remember Zay Jones at all. So I'm going to have to look him up because he hasn't even begun to cement in my mind yet. Where are you, Zay? Zay is the Bills, the Buffalo Bills. Chad Hansen, maybe is I'm not sure. I'm not going to say that one. I was going to say he's a Giant or a Jet, but that may not be right either. Let's see. Hansen, Chad is a Jet. All right. And then, of course, TJ Yeldon. We know who he is. He's a Jag. That's numbered 2-5. Then we have our buyback, Clinton Portis, which we know, courtesy of Jeremy, go into the checklist for us, that card number 47 is going to be numbered to 8. And it should be an on-card autograph. So once you redeem that, we'll get that back for you. Then we have the Ed Reed material for the Ravens. The Jerry Rice material to 50 for the Niners. Matt Forte to $3.99 for the Bears. Terry Bradshaw to $2.99 for the Steelers. And then the Jim Kelly to $2.99 also for the Bills. And then our 1 of 1, pretty little 1 of 1 of John Riggins for the Redskins. And that's the whole ball of wax tonight, guys. So let's do our nightly random. And again, remember, the target for these to go out is Saturday. Some may get out a little earlier. Some might slide into Monday. But the majority, I'm hoping, will get done on Saturday. We got to do that too. So we may as well, let's go ahead and do our randoms before we do our nightly random. So first up, we got to take a look at this. This is Rams, Giants, Cardinals. So let's see if we have the same or different team owners. We'd have to have one person would have to own at least 2 of those, Rams, Giants, and Cardinals. There's Rams. Where's the Giants? We've already got 2 different owners. So that tells us that we're going to have to buzz on over here and let random decide for us. And I always put these in right to left or top to bottom. So this is Rams, Giants, Cardinals. And I go 3 times on anything that is a short number of things in the list like this. Wherever we end up on the 3rd time will be the answer. And that is the Rams. And you'll see there 3 times our date and time stamp, and that's going to the Rams. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to put it in a sleeve. And then I'm going to circle the Ram on the sleeve so that I remember where it goes. Now we will do our left-right configuration. And that, again, is on the cards that have 2 teams on the card. Same format. We're going to go 3 times. And there you go. 3rd time, date and time stamp, and that's going to the left-hand side. So bear with me again for a second while I put one, just the top one off the list there and circle him. And finally, we're going to go to do our nightly random here. And I'll switch you back to the spreadsheet view along with me on that. So what I do is take everyone for the whole night and put it in one list on tab number 2 of the spreadsheet so we could just grab it all at once. And on this one, because there are so many things in the list, I'm only going to hit random 1 time. And we have Breaks by Tez is our winner tonight. And I know Breaks by Tez was bidding on football, because I remember that. So let me get our little stack of football stuff here. Count out to 5. 3. Whoops, that's a basketball in the middle of all that. All right, now here's our 5 things to choose from. And we'll buzz back over here to random and see what you're going to win, Breaks by Tez. Number 1's first off the top. And that is Luke Rhodes, authentic autograph out of Sage Hits. So this will be coming to you, Breaks by Tez, if you have a package coming. If you have a hit from tonight, it'll ship with your other cards. If you don't, I'll hang on to it for probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. And if you still don't have a package coming by that point in time, then this will ship by itself. So again, just to review you'll see that's on the sleeve, not on the card. On our triple card here, it was awarded to the Rams via random.org. And for all of our 2-player card, 2-team cards, Random has got those assigned to the left-hand side. And again, that's going to depend. If I have 2 identical cards, the first one will go to the left because that's who Random chose. The second one of an identical card would be sent to the opposite team. And then any beyond that, if you had 6 of them, then cards 3, 4, and 5, and 6 would all go to the left. Does that make sense, hopefully? And that's it, guys. Thank you so much. As always, I appreciate you hanging out with me. I especially appreciate, Jeremy, you helping me out by going and pulling some of that stuff up off of the checklist while we were doing the break. That was super helpful, and I very much appreciate that. But always, thanks, guys, for breaking with me, for chatting with me, and just generally hanging out. Have a good night. We'll see you again soon.